Hi Mark, thanks for coming back. We did an intro to what's changed in the last 2 years since we did the last set of videos. One thing we talked about, part of that, was predictive analytics, which has been introduced on a software as a service model, hasn't it? Tell me a little bit more about what predictive analytics provides and the benefits to an end user.
Sure, so let's just do a quick recap. From day one, Tintri has always provided analytics. So historically, we provided real-time analytics where we showed you exactly how each and every virtual machine was interacting with Tintri storage. So you could look at an individual VM or the virtual disks inside a VM, and you could look at the profile of I/O, the relationship between reads and writes. You could do the same for throughput. You could monitor and track end-to-end latency. Not only did we do that in real time, but we held 7 days worth of history on each VM store itself, and we rolled up 30 days of history into Tintri Global Center, which could be exported. So from pretty much from day one, we provided both real time and we provided historical analytics, very much based on the behavior of the environment, so the behavior of those virtual workloads. What we've introduced most recently is the predictive analytics that you've just mentioned. And this is a software as a service based offering, so we host it in a cloud environment. And what this does is we take the data via our auto support capability. So data is fed back from each individual VM store into our cloud solution, if you will. And through techniques like Spark and Elasticsearch, we're able to process billions of data points per day and start to give our customers even more analytical information about how the environments that they have running on Tintri have changed, how they've evolved over a period of time. So you can look, for example, you could actually break it into specific applications or services. So you could track how SQL has changed over the last 3 years in your specific environment. And when I say changed, we're not just tracking capacity, we track a whole raft more metrics than that. So you can see how performance has changed, for example, how much flash capacity consumption has changed. So from that information you can say, okay, I now need to roll out a whole bunch of new web servers or new virtual desktop instances or more instances of SQL, and in the system you can specify, based on the existing environment that you have, you can specify I want 10 more of those, and the system will tell you when you're likely to run out of capacity. It will tell you how much more capacity you need, and then you can specify the VM stores that you want to take account of in the mix. You can override certain parameters in there, so you could say, well, actually I know that the next iteration, the next rollout, the instances of SQL are going to be slightly larger. So you can override certain parameters, and we will tell you how much capacity you need, how much performance you need, how much flash space you need. So when you're determining what product you need to buy from Tintri next, your choice still is a hybrid flash array or an all flash array. So by utilising these behavioural analytics, you can determine which is the most appropriate platform for your specific environment. So it's incredibly powerful.
So what we're looking at then is one, capacity prediction going forward from the standard run rate of what we're doing, but also transformation as well. So if we were going to increase the number of a specific application set. So it looks quite interesting, but also the capability to look across all your VM stores makes it quite unique, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, when you start pooling resources together and then you can determine which of the resources you're interested in measuring across, it becomes incredibly powerful. I guess the key here really is you're not just looking at an estate of virtual machines, you're actually looking at virtualized workloads, so you can break it out into the applications that are important to you. So it could be SQL applications, it could be web services, it could be virtual desktops, it could be SAP, Oracle, it could be a specific custom application that you have that has a plethora of virtual machines that are required to deliver that service. They could be all incorporated into the same grouping, and then you can analyse how that's changed over 3 months, 6 months, the last 3 years. Whatever that time period is up to that 3 years, you can determine how it's changed, how it's evolved, and then say, but what if I now want to roll out more instances of that service offering? So it's very powerful from that perspective.
Thank you very much, Mark.
Thank you.